Pepsi. Okay, so now we're bringing up our next guest.
You're gonna go in on this side.
Thank you for shaking the camera.
Sorry, okay.
And while he's coming up, you can look at my boobs.
They're looking at me.
October is breast cancer month.
Now wait.
I'll be giving away free mammograms.
It is breast cancer month, and you should recognize
Today was the walk.
and make sure that you check them all the time. Because if you don't, horrible things can happen. So
Today
just
was
make
the
sure
walk
on top
for
of your
breast
boobs.
cancer.
Yes.
So you can see. Wait, why did you? No, you didn't have sunglasses on before.
That's right.
No,
He puts on his sunglasses. I think
Why?
it's a thing.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to know why your thing is that you want to be called a gimp.
Well, let me tell you something. It goes back years ago. I pulled this guy out of a bar, and I smashed his leg with a metal trash can. The guy now walks through a limp forever.
Really?
So they say that I gimped him.
Oh.
Did it while wearing a Versace shirt, had blood all over my shirt. So,
Do you still have the shirt?
No, I don't.
Oh.
So it was evidence. I had to get rid of it.
So you came up with gimp Versace.
Oh, I didn't come up with it. That's my friends came up with it. It stuck. No one ever called me by my real name since.
So now I met you. I was on the Man Banter show the other night, and that's with Mike Babchick. Now, if you look up Mike Babchick on YouTube, you'll see that he interviewed me last year at Exotica, and he asked me the most scathing question. He asked me if I could save 6 million Jews.
What would you have to do?
I would have to lick Hitler's ass.
Eat off A-list.
But that he didn't wipe that day. And I said no.
That was well, I apologize because that's actually a joke that I wrote. I write half his material.
Is he a comic?
I couldn't do it.
What's that?
Is he a comic? Stand-up comic?
He's crazy.
Stand up? No.
You have to see his show. He was
No, he sits down the whole show.
over the place. All over the place.
6 million Jews to eat Hitler's ass, and he hasn't wiped all day. You know, I think I have like one Jewish friend, and she made it anyway, so... Yeah, no.
Well, I think, Mike asked that question because he's Jewish.
So you said no, right?
I said no.
Oh.
It's on there. It's on YouTube. Just look it up. Man Banter.
Listen, I got a better one for you. Give me 3 words you say, or have said, or have heard during sex. 3 words.
Other than fuck?
3 words.
Other than fuck.
It's got to be 3 words.
3 words.
Any 3 words?
Any 3 words.
Hot, sexy, and harder.
Okay. God. Definitely God. Fuck. And...
Really?
Alright, maybe I should have went first, because it goes like this. I've heard, spank me harder, no don't stop, and eat it more.
But you're the man.
And don't forget it.
I shouldn't have said that.
I like to say don't stop, because that's usually when they're gonna, like, that's when I'm, like, getting bored of it, and I'm
Exactly.
like, don't stop, don't
Or
stop.
like right there.
Yeah, don't stop.
Right there.
Or, I'm coming. Listen, I'm never coming.
Or like right there.
You have the wrong guy.
Right there.
Or when I want it done really quick, like when I'm really tired and I just want a sandwich, it's come on my face. Right away, every time. And you move out of the way real quick and fuck up his pillows for the rest of his life.
Have you ever had the experience where you saw a woman was bored with you? I had that experience with a guy. I was just like laying there like,
Who's Firestorm?
He's back.
Who's
He's
Firestorm
been here for a
X?
bit. I don't know, but it's somebody that's following me on Twitter. So
He said, "Don't stop believing." Funny. If you're having sex with Journey, you should.
I don't know, can Steve Perry still get it up these days?
Can he?
I don't know, what are you asking me for?
So tell us a little bit about yourself. You work on the Man Banter show. What is your role there?
People get paid for work.
Clearly.
On the Man Banter show, I write some of the material.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure that everything's in place. I usually help God set up the studio once in a while.
Está toqueado con ese nombre.
I find us interesting guests and book talent. Unfortunately, I'm on a losing streak right now. Four of the guests that I've recently tried to book have canceled on me.
Why?
I don't know. Last week I got there was an emergency in New Orleans. A week before, the episode before that, I got a squirrel fell out of a tree in front of my house. I'm taking it to the vet.
That's very serious. You shouldn't. That's a good excuse.
That's a bullshit excuse.
You should take the squirrel to the vet
Fuck
because
the squirrel.
There aren't enough squirrels.
The only animals I save is pussy. I save it from a lifetime of boredom. So, besides from Man Banter, I also do a show called the International Heist Radio Show. That's every Thursday nights between 7:30 and 9:30 p.m. And we're also found on Ustream. We discuss government conspiracies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. You should have Justine as one of your guests.
I'm thinking we might.
I'm a stand-up comedian. You don't want me there. I'll be.
It's quite.
Anybody who's ever invited me as a guest on their show quickly looks back in hindsight. They're like, "Oh God, why did
so
we do?"
I want one quick question from you: yes or no? Was the government involved in 9/11?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, she's my friend now.
That's what you think. It takes two, buddy.
Night's still young.
So what else do you discuss on your radio show?
Let's see. We talk about. We have a lot of porn stars on. Let's see. We've had Miss Lola Bassinato on. We've had Natalia Starr on. We've covered the. I'm gonna fuck it up. The Cyber Awards.
Sybarites.
Thank you.
Sybarite Awards. I fixed it, Lola.
Thank you very much.
We had Natasha and Natalia Starr on Velvet Radio too. They're sweet girls.
I'm actually living in their apartment now.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, they were guests.
When can we visit?
Anytime.
They were the girls that played Lap Dancing with the Stars on Velvet Radio.
Nice. Now it's funny because they shot out to LA because they've signed to some big contracts now, and they pretty much up and left. And I took over the apartment, furniture, and everything, including the sex toy drawer and. I thought I'm looking.
Hi, Madam Devilish.
I'm looking for places to put my socks and underwear. I open up this drawer and there's dildos and everything in front of me. I swear to God, I thought I was going to see sunshine beam out of this drawer. I mean, it was like it was almost like the drawer of a sex god.
Now be honest. Did you take any of the toys out and smell them?
No, I washed and used one.
Washed and used which one and how and with who?
The 8-inch suction cup dildo.
Okay.
And that was with my girlfriend Tia.
Oh.
And you used it on her, she on you?
No, I on her.
Okay.
I on her. That's not a fetish of mine.
Well, different strokes for different folks.
Exactly. I don't knock it.
So can you tell us your own personal fetishes? We just had Zig the Foot King here talking about his foot fetishes. What are your favorite fetishes? Do you have just one?
I have many.
Name one.
I have many. Well, the biggest one that all of my friends and colleagues know about is that I like chunky girls. I like thick girls. Some might even say I like big fat girls. Okay, that's one.
Big booty bitches!
Ain't nothing wrong with a big booty girl.
The Gimp likes big butts and he cannot lie.
Another one is I'm very dominant as well. I know. Check out Man Banter. Last episode, the beautiful Maribel here had me tied up and was spanking me.
Oh, that was so funny.
I only sub for scenes. I'll let you know that now. Last week for my birthday, we went to paddles.
Madam Devilish wants to know if you also like thick feet.
Not
Like hot dog feet?
I'm not really a foot guy. I'll tell him all over to him.
Hot
I'll
dog
tell him
feet.
all over to
Big
him.
chicks keep you warm in the winter.
Go away, God. Go away.
So,
No, he likes big chicks because all he's got to spend on a date is like $29.95 and she gets all she can eat. That's like the whole date right there. It's like a buffet.
but so like I was saying, we went to paddles last Saturday night, and that's pretty pretty interesting fetish club in the city.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, part of me was excited, part of me was turned off.
Mm-hmm.
But I went there with the sole intention of pleasuring my woman through pain, and it worked wonderfully.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I showed you the picture.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Very nice picture too. Too bad y'all can't see it.
What was the picture? I didn't
However, if you follow me on Twitter, that's at DJ Gib Versace. I do put up lots of my naughty pictures that I can't post on Facebook.
Yes, because we all know Facebook is a communist fucking.
But you wait for that foot book.
Listen, ever since
Booking is going to start a foot book, and you can put anything you want on
Ever
it.
since Facebook became a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange, you have not been able to get away with half the shit that you were able to get away with back in the day.
Yeah.
Now, not to say that there's still not stuff up there, because I am a member of multiple Facebook groups that are
private, secret groups.
Right.
Do you think that's the reason why they allow secret groups on Facebook, so that people can post pictures like that? But then you still have assholes in these groups that record a picture, and it's like, why are you in the group in the first place?
Are you telling me that the hidden skulls are on Facebook?
Hidden skulls?
Isn't that what they're called? Isn't that what they're called?
The hidden skulls?
Yeah.
Who are they?
Isn't that what they're called? The Ivy Leaguers who...
Oh, the skulls!
Right.
Oh, that was that movie with, what was his name? Joshua.
It's a real thing! That's not a movie, that's a real group of people.
Oh.
That's a real group of people.
I
Many
never heard of
politicians have
them.
been part of this group. That's like, it's not even like a conspiracy, that's a group of people. But it's like, there's supposed to be like some secret group, and it's like everybody knows
but
about
the
it now.
thing is, if somebody creates a secret group on Facebook, I don't think that they're
It's not secret
searchable
anymore.
because it's secret. You have to be invited into the group. That's the whole thing.
No one invites me in their secret group. It's probably because I can't keep a secret.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you become my Facebook friend, I will add you to many secret groups.
Don't trust me. I can't even keep my own secrets.
You hear that, everybody?
So, back to fetishes. Another one of my
back
fetishes.
to fetishes.
I'm a cunnilinguist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would almost, as much as I enjoy oral sex done on me, I would be more apt to do the oral.
It's something that you really, really enjoy.
Oh, I enjoy it.
Ever had the experience where you're ready to go down on a woman and she fucking stinks like hell? How do you fix that?
How do I fix that?
We're just filled with those disgusting questions
No.
today.
It's okay. Listen, you gotta ask those questions sometimes. And, you know, to that I say, listen, before I give you the best mind-blowing orgasm you're ever gonna fucking have, I need you to make sure that it's 100% clean.
Right.
And then offer to take the shower with them. Hey, I ain't afraid of soap. I'll jump in the shower and I'll scrub it up myself.
Right.
You know, if you want that person to do something, you gotta be willing to do it also.
So you're not one of these immature men that once you smell something funky, you're like, you know, right away, get the fuck out, all this stuff.
Nah.
Okay.
Mama Devilish,
listen,
Madam Devilish.
You don't give a Mercedes. You don't give it a Mercedes because it has a dent in it.
Yes, you do.
Right.
You fixed it.
Madam Devilish said, if it stinks, then finger her. Firestorm said, cunnilingus is for pets who deserve it. And then he went on to say, whoa.
With the evil laugh. Well, you know, see, I mean, people.
But here's the thing: if you're paying for Mercedes, and if you're paying for Mercedes, and you have a Mercedes, you take care of it like it's a Mercedes, and you make sure it doesn't have any dents, and you make sure your car don't stink.
Right.
Exactly. I'm so sorry. There's no excuse.
Good thing I never have to pay for it.
I'm just telling you. I don't think it's okay. Like, I think if I've worked all day, I've gone to the gym and everything, and then gone home to my boyfriend, and he wants to like get down and dirty. Sorry, babe. I'm into dirty sex too, but you want to go down on me, I have to hop in the shower first. That's my prerogative. Right. If a girl allows you to go down on her with that shit, you gotta think about what her feet must smell like then.
So now let's also.
Squirting girls are turned on.
They are actually. Being a guy that likes going down, if a girl squirts, and trust me, every girl can squirt. I don't want to hear shit. Oh, you can't squirt. You can't squirt. You know what? You haven't had the right guy yet. That's what it is. It's exactly what it is. Don't develop.
I'm not saying I haven't squirted. Notice how I'm not giving you any information.
Rubbing your shoes just now because I heard them like.
Because I have squirted. I prefer natural, like a regular orgasm to squirting. I just prefer it. And I've squirted. I just prefer.
I don't know if I do. And to be honest with you, I don't even like looking at porn of women squirting.
Really?
It just.
Madam Devilish said, "Well, I squirt so much, I once went about 3 feet all over his bed. It went on the carpet."
I think Madam Devilish might need to come to the Bronx.
I think Madam Devilish needs to put a kitty pan next to the bed.
That's crazy.
So you had asked me earlier, what did I do? And we touched on Man Banter, we touched on the International Heist Show.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Now, what certain people, not all people, until they watch this show, know is that I have also done adult scenes. I've done that under Jerk de Soleil Productions.
Jerk this so bad.
Yes.
I think they're following me on Twitter, and I them.
It should be. That's run by my boy Jay Vegas. He's
I love Jay.
Shout out
Let me
Black
tell you.
Magazine.
Can I just tell you? And you can.
That's my boy.
You can run this back to Jay. That boy is so cute. He came to Velvet Radio. Okay, so he's doing an interview on us for Whack Magazine on Velvet Radio.
Right.
And he was on the same show that you were on.
Yeah.
The same show you were on. Jay Vegas was there. He played Are You Smarter Than a Porn Star? Jay Vegas is not smarter than a porn star. However,
Wasn't that just a couple of weeks ago?
However, yes, yeah, we had him on. Let me tell you, I have such a little crush on him. He is such a cutie.
Well, then I
And
think
so
the
fun,
two
so
of
smart.
you need to come to my smoke out.
But I'm not Asian, so I know I'm not his type. He just likes Asian.
I now live
You
maybe a
can
block
make
or
your
two away
eyes
from him.
shinky if you want.
I could smoke a whole lot of weed before I go home.
FYI, I just got done harvesting my crop. The GVB is now available.
We are not advertising this. What? Yeah.
It's not for sale. I'm giving it away.
So you were telling us about Jerk de Soleil. You've done some work for them.
I've done work for Jerk de Soleil. I've done work for Serena Marcus Productions. Matter of fact, my first scene was with Honey Harris on July 13th this past summer.
Nice.
Wow.
And what did you do in the scene?
Well, it was a BBW scene,
Oh, okay.
naturally. And it was, soup to nuts, everything.
Have you heard of the comedian about his BBW joke? I won't. He said BBW, and then he's like, BBW stands for big, beautiful women.
Yes.
And he's like BBW stands for big, black, beautiful women. He's like, why don't you just? He's like, it just sounds like what it is.
Well, I've actually broken that streak now because my girlfriend now is only about 130 pounds.
Oh, nice!
Yeah. And
How tall is she?
5'7".
Wow, so she's thin.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. And I met his girlfriend this week on the Man Banter show. So,
Yes, you guys actually took turns
Yes,
spanking
we took-
each cheek.
yeah, she was spanking him, I was spanking him, we're like spank, 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 spank.
It was rather fun.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
And for next time, you can't actually pull my underwear down.
I
up on the
know,
benches,
I
do
mean,
it.
it's like,
I watched the
public
replay back and I
access.
saw the frown on your face. I'm sorry.
it's okay. It's nice always spanking a bare ass, and you can't do it
I
on
agree.
public
I
access.
agree. I don't like spanking through clothes or being spanked through clothes.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of which, we have to talk about a project that you and I are going to engage. But I think we're going to
We should invite. This sounds like a project we should invite Jay Vegas to.
Yeah, if you want.
You want me to call him right now?
So tell us what is...
I just spoke to him last night, too.
Oh, he's such a cutie.
He's literally like 2
Don't you
train
have
stops
his number?
away from me.
Do you not have his
I
number?
don't have his number.
Well, he has his number.
He
So
can
we'll call him
reply.
after the show.
Tell him it's 1-800
Well, like I said, I'm going to be throwing a housewarming smoke out at my place.
Okay.
Everybody in the bar is invited if you want to come to Queens. What's that? Why is that? Are you an undercover cop? Are you going to arrest me?
No,
Freaking DJ.
God's having a seizure.
So now wait, what are you planning on doing? Like, what are you looking at for 2013?
For 2013.
What are your plans for 2013 is what I'm trying to say.
Well, let's see. I've got a couple of different things on the table. Well, not these, but as you can tell, I'm like, you know where my mind is right now. the offer came across to me to move to Rhode Island and start growing medical marijuana. So I'm considering that. A lot of people say I'm an idiot if I don't. But, you know, I don't know if I could leave New York. I'm a city boy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I like, you know, going out 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, I like not sleeping for 2 days straight and having the stories to tell about it weeks later, you know?
Right.
That's just me. That's
So
who I
if
am.
you don't do that, are you going to continue to stay within the adult industry?
Of
I mean,
course.
what's...
No matter where I go. I'm actually, I was talking with someone who I cannot mention their names because they want to remain nameless, but he wants to become an investor for clips for sale, and I know quite a number of females that, and the fetish videos, those are the biggest sellers.
Yeah.
They really are. I mean, I've been a part of a face sitting, I've been the spanky, and again, sub only for scenes.
Right, right.
You know, so.
But not in what you do in real life.
In real life, no, I'm the dom.
Well, that's good. So we're looking forward to seeing more of you.
Well, if you want to see more of me, you could actually go to X-Hamster and type in New York Italian Stud. That is my handle on there. Or if you want to see individual videos, you could actually type in Chocolate Love or the Goblin Queen. Okay.
Where do you get all these names from?
All right. The Goblin Queen.
The Goblin
The Goblin Queen was a BBW who really knew how to give a good blowjob. And she just basically deep-throated and gobble, 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 gobble like a fucking Thanksgiving turkey. So I started calling her the Goblin Queen. Of course, her boyfriend had a problem with that, but yeah, what are you going to do?
Well, you know what? At the end of the show, I hashtag.
Oh,
everybody
Madam
and I-
Devilish said you can't face sit skinny ass. This is true.
Yeah, that's true. Laugh out loud. I love X-Hamster website. Oh, Mama K Bear.
There you go, Chocolate Love or Goblin Queen.
And she's from the West Coast, Mama K Bear. So
Yeah.
I know that she's happy to have us back on Saturday nights because now she can sit back and watch the show. Hi, love.
You know, and speaking of X-Hamster, I don't want to brag and boast, but if you do watch my video Chocolate Love, you will notice that I'm one of very few males that can double ejaculate in a single encounter.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're going to have to look at that. Don't think about it too much. It's better than watching foot videos.
It definitely. You know what?
Let me tell you something.
At least for you.
Let's go back to your little 50 Shades, okay?
I've never read the book.
Okay,
I don't know.
don't bother. Me, as a guy, I read it because I want to see what all the fucking fuss is
Just
about.
one book or all of
I
them?
read the first book. I was like, it's fluff material. But I believe I was telling you this earlier.
Yes.
I was reading this on the 6 train one day, and a girl, before she got off, gave me her card
Because you were reading 50
because I
Shades.
was reading 50 Shades.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
How boring. Oh, I can't. Here's the thing. I haven't read the entire book. I downloaded the preview. I downloaded the preview on Kindle because I always download the previews before I buy the book on Kindle because, and I thought to myself when I was reading the preview, this is either a 40-year-old virgin, this woman, who like this. She watches a lot of Lifetime
Have you
movies.
seen her?
Yes.
She's nasty.
No,
Yeah, she's-
Well, I'm like she must be watching a lot of Lifetime movies and
Yeah.
getting like her sex advice from Lifetime movies.
Right.
Or this is a 14-year-old girl. I don't know if anybody's ever seen the YouTube video of the girl in middle school that wrote the Ashton Kutcher fan fiction.
No.
And she's like 14 and she's talking about like Ashton Kutcher taking her on a date and stuff, and she's really awkward and it's really funny, and she talks about like how, you know, he was like old at the time or whatever. And I'm like, okay, this little girl grew up and wrote 50 Shades of Grey. Like this it's horrible writing. It's not intelligent. I'm sorry to anybody who likes it. There's so many fans and housewives out there who think it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Come to a fetish party.
That's because they're
I'm
fucking
sorry.
bored with their own
I
lives.
think it's boring. I think it's. I do that. Listen, I do that shit on a Monday night. Fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
come to a
exactly.
fetish party.
Exactly.
Like,
You have to come to a fetish party and have the real experience of what people regard as fetish.
I heard from a friend that there's a segment in that book where he like tries to introduce her to caning, and she's like, I won't do it. And I'm like, it's just caning. What is the big deal? Are you kidding me?
Well, the problem is this: is that when he finds her,
I'm from the Everglades. I get walked. I get caned walking through.
she's a virgin. She doesn't know anything, so it's like
Right.
you know.
I guess.
Wait,
and this is what
portrayed as a virgin.
she's a
who never
virgin.
had
He
sex.
takes her virginity.
I didn't know that.
So that's where the problem lies. Me, I never want a virgin. Never want a virgin. Never.
I do.
Because first of all, they will not leave you to fuck alone.
They won't. I've had virgin. Dr. Seuss said, but it does open those who are not previously into fetish to the exposure. It's not a great book, but it does open eyes. Okay, I can see that. I get it and I agree with it. But I guess for me, I just feel like I mean, how are you not living so adventurously?
Right.
How are you
Dr.
living so vanilla?
Seuss. Okay, so Dr. Seuss saying that it opens your eyes, but is it being deceptive of what fetish really is? Because I think that if people saw what fetish was, they would be frightening.
Yeah.
So this is almost like the tasty cake mix, the chocolate cake of fetish. It's not real. It's not tangible.
Well, you saw me. I brought my tool bag with me. If I was to, you know how cops like to actually, look through bags in the subway.
Right.
If they look through my bag in the subway, I would either get arrested,
Right.
or get X to hang out with.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I mean, I'm talking rope,
Right.
clothespins,
Right.
paddles.
But
Blindfolds,
you know what's funny
gags.
though? As a woman, and I know that you can agree with me because you walk around with your bag as well.
Right.
I go out at night, and in my clutch, I have multiple condoms. I have cock rings. I have my little bullet vibrator. These are things like when I pack my clutch to go out at night, it's like cell phone, ID, credit cards, cock ring.
Yeah.
But condoms. And you should see the looks I get when I open my clutch to pull out my ID, and like people judge me, and I think.
Because
It's 2012.
Because people are not comfortable with their sexuality still to this day and age. And if you vote for Mitt Romney, we're all going to be fucked. Trust me when I tell
Actually,
you.
no, we're not going to be properly fucked. Okay?
And that's another thing I want to touch upon is that, a lot of people, I use condoms. I've got no problem using condoms, but at the same time, I get tested regularly.
Right.
And I double dip. Everyone's supposed to do every 6 months. I'll go every 3 months. I'll go to talent testing, and then I'll go to a private clinic. This way, every 3 months, I know I'm clean, no matter if I'm using a condom or not.
Well, we were discussing that when C.J. Strokes was one of our guests.
Right, because we were talking about the
Another one of our
whole.
boys.
We were talking about the whole Mr. Marcus.
Oh, that whole scandal. He shut down how many porn studios? Eight different studios in LA. I remember because Natasha Starr was out there, and I was hanging out with her husband, and he was like, "Yeah, she can't shoot for 2 weeks now." Because they had to backtrack every girl, they had to test everybody before they could get the go-ahead to resume filming.
Right.
And lots of people lost a lot of fucking money that those 2 weeks, and that's
Because one guy lied on a test.
not only did he lie, but he was caught doctoring. That's not cool.
Which is not good. I mean, you
let me tell you
can't be deceptive in this business. That's the bottom line.
I'm so glad that you said that you carry condoms on you, because not many women do. They always expect
the man.
Right, exactly. Now, in my toy bag, I also have female condoms.
Right. Dental dams and like.
Exactly.
Listen, it's and that's the other thing that always gets me. And it's like you said, I use condoms too. I mean, I get tested regularly, but I'm a fan of condoms. I don't always use them, but if I'm gonna use if I feel like I need to use a condom with a man, I don't understand when they get freaked out that I'm putting a dental dam in to go down on them, because I'm like, whatever I can get from regular intercourse, I can get from oral sex as well. So don't think I'm gonna go down on you and not use a dental dam, and then insist on using a condom for regular sex. I can get the same goddamn STD.
But you know what I usually do? And this is, believe it or not, this either turns women on or turns it off. I walk around with my HIV test results. Like usually, like in my wallet.
That might turn me off. That's a little too real for me.
Well, I mean, we live in a society today where people are not forthcoming about what it is that they have because they are afraid of being judged.
Right.
But then the same judgment again will fall on the hands of you carrying condoms. If women carry condoms and a cop looks into their bag right away. We're prostitutes.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
It's not an idea
Yes,
that we're
that's
trying
happened to me.
protect ourselves. There's nothing wrong with protecting ourselves.
Thank
But
you.
As women, we're shunned for carrying those things and
It's
then
true.
accused of being a prostitute because we have multiple
Has
condoms.
this happened to you?
No, but
it's happened to me.
I've heard
You've been accused of
stories
being a
about it.
prostitute?
I've been accused.
And you know, the
and
fact
this
of
is
the
when
matter is that you should carry more than one condom because what happens if one breaks? You'd be stupid to carry one.
my ex-boyfriend is a cop.
I usually carry 3.
And while I was dating him, this happened to me. I got accused of being a prostitute because of things that I had on me.
Mhm.
And I was like, listen, my boyfriend is, and they happened to know who he was. And I was like, you're harassing me right now.
Mhm.
You're straight up harassing me. Do you
Right.
think that a cop would date a prostitute? This is not.
Mhm.
Are you kidding me?
Those
And
are freaky cops out there.
I told my boyfriend, and he went ballistic.
Mhm.
And he was like, she's not allowed to walk around with things that
Mhm.
and it's like you said, women, we need to be responsible too. We need
Right.
to carry around condoms and stuff
Mhm.
because you can't just expect the man to do it and then,
Right.
hey, if that's the case, then wear granny panties and don't put out that night.
Mhm.
And that's another thing. If I'm with a girl and she's gonna wear granny panties, that's when the domination starts. Because I'm ripping them right off. No granny panties are allowed in my bed. Sorry.
Mama Devilish said at school we never got shown female condoms. That's a shame. That's sad. And
Well,
that's a
they might
shame.
not have been around back then. I don't know how old this person is, but they are relatively new.
Mhm.
It's still I get what she's saying though, the sex
I mean,
education.
Saran wrap's been around forever.
Yeah.
Right, the sex education,
Exactly.
the sex education for women, and it's not the same, and it's not. Listen, even nowadays, I would rather teach my children about it than have them learn it at school.
Mhm.
And she's 25. She's 26. She's my age.
Oh,
wow,
She's
okay.
exactly my age.
You know who taught me
26
about
too.
sex?
And they're in the UK.
You know who told me about
Madam
sex?
Devilish is in the UK.
Ron Jeremy.
I love him. I absolutely love him. He's such a funny guy,
I
and I love
definitely
his
look
comedy.
forward to meeting him at Exotica. It's gonna be great.
I've interviewed him a few times at Exotica. He's a really funny, nice guy.
Let me ask you a question before we begin to close out the show in regards to protection.
Yes, you can spank me.
think that do you think that people should also protect themselves in the same way, even though, fetishist practices like spankings and things of that nature? Do you think that people should be consulting in a casual environment?
Let me give you for instance. When I went to Paddles last week, they have this thing where you leave your ID and you could borrow some toys.
Right.
Right now, I have a little bit of a problem with that because
Yeah.
I don't know
Where
if,
they've been,
right,
and if they're cleaned and.
and if anybody's going to get as raw and nasty as I do, sometimes you draw blood.
Yes.
And if you're going to be doing that,
Mhm.
you got to make sure everything's clean.
Right.
So that's why when I go out, I like carrying my own stuff, unless I see things that are taken out of a package
Right,
or
right.
looks clean. Just looking at it is not good enough sometimes.
Right. And nobody is in the habit really of carrying alcohol pads to clean stuff out.
Right.
So
That's true.
you agree that everyone should be consulting,
Oh,
or
definitely.
that you shouldn't even use
without,
equipment.
without a doubt.
I don't.
Mhm.
I don't.
Without a doubt. I mean, does it hurt to carry extra alcohol pads? No, it doesn't. But
Put them
I
next to the condoms. They're about the same size.
Yeah, exactly.
I have used equipment before,
Mhm.
but not for such extraneous kind of play.
Mhm.
I'll do it for softer things, but not if I've done anything where I know that it's gonna get severe wherever no.
Exactly.
Or it has to be a trusted friend or something. It gets because you worry
Yeah.
about it
And the
afterwards.
first thing you always want to know is, what is your safe word?
Yes.
Of course.
Mandatory.
Exactly.
Well,
Before I even know how old you are, I just want to know, what is your safe word?
Right. And it shouldn't be something you say a lot. Like mine can't be bacon.
Right. Well, we have to get ready to close out the show, but I just wanted to say that a new section has been added to Kinky Magazine called what the hell is that section called? God damn it. Wait, hold on, people. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Is it the Adam and Eve one?
In a moment.
Is it the getting naked and
It's
nasty with
called the
Versace?
kinky word of the day. How could I forget that? So the kinky word of the day is group sex.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do it.
And
Yeah.
But that's 2 words.
I am a fan of group sex, by the way.
That's
Okay.
2 words.
Well, I didn't want to use the word orgy, so I wanted to, because group sex is much more, I don't know.
Do you want to read the definition?
Okay, wait. I got a question for you girls, real quickly. What's the difference between a gangbang, an orgy, and group sex?
A gangbang is when one
My
person is getting screwed by multiple people.
Okay.
Group sex could be, 3, 4 people.
I see God holding up 6. Okay.
And orgies are,
Large
a
parties
slew
of
of people,
Yes.
right, doing it 10.
Or as I
God says
call
10.
it Friday night.
God says 10. So, and I also wanted to say that on KEMTopTalk.com, we've set up a donation button because we want to make this show look a
Listen.
little bit better.
This is a PBS, motherfuckers, okay?
Yes, exactly.
You like what you see, you donate, okay? We're not trying to go out like big
And it's
birds,
only
okay?
$5, all right? It's like everybody could spare $5 so stop the bullshit and just
Or
donate.
5 pounds. Or 5 pounds.
5 ounces.
Dr. Sue says, laugh out loud PBS. So we're going to close out the show because we have a fetish party to prepare for.
Woo! I gotta get my latex on.
I want to thank Zig the
Nice.
Foot King,
Thank you.
Gimp Versace, who's not checking his phone.
Everybody, to all our guests,
And to everybody, thank you. The DJ's gonna get set up. So if you're in the New York City area, get your ass here now because we are about to have a party here. So that's it. I'm out. Peace out. Peace.
Bye. Thank you, everyone, for watching and
Thank you
listening
for
in.
watching. Yes.
Thanks to our fans. We absolutely love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.